We at the law offices of Larry H. Parker have been providing scholarships to students for more than 20 years.
We're proud to have helped thousands of students get what they need for their education.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's just a lovely day. You know, as I got up this morning, I thought, I hope the sun comes out, because we've had that June gloom thing going on, and it couldn't be a more beautiful day in a more beautiful setting. So I want to start off by acknowledging the law offices of Larry H. Parker Incorporated. I am amazed, I have to say, after I learned of their history of giving back to the community and investing in students. I just want to say to them that I am truly impressed at the work that they've done, and I'm sure that they're going to continue to do to support college students. That's been my life's work, and I really want to acknowledge that the way that they're stepping up and supporting all of you and others that they've supported and those who they will support is really an amazing accomplishment. So to the law offices of Larry H. Parker Incorporated, any other dignitaries in the room, to our esteemed student scholars, their beloved families and friends, good afternoon. I first want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. My work in public higher education has really been my life's work. When I was a lot younger, one of the things that I did, and when I look back, I said, you know, how did I get here? You know, people say, well, how did you prepare to become a president? I said, when I was your age, I had no idea I'd be standing before you as a president of 2 colleges, and also the vice chancellor of the state of California community colleges. That's 114 community colleges in our state, which is the largest system of higher education in the country. So at that time, I didn't even have a major when I started college. So I mean, I was really unsure about exactly what I was going to do. You know, things are a little bit different now, and most of you probably know what you're going to major in. I'm impressed with your background and your history and the things that you're planning on doing, because I know, in talking to a few of you, you'll be starting at colleges and universities in the fall. So I just, you know, and sharing with you, you know, you're a lot better prepared than I was, because I didn't have a major, and took me a couple of years to figure out exactly what I was going to do. But each of you are beneficiaries of someone's investment. This scholarship that you're receiving today is an investment that is made in you. And I often say to my students, to whom much is given. Okay, I knew somebody was going to finish that sentence for me. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, students struggle because, you know, adding the completion of the scholarship application is really sometimes not something that a lot of students want to spend time on. So, again, I commend you for taking the time out to complete the scholarship application, and your hard work, your investment of your time in this process is now the benefit that you reap by receiving the scholarship. So I want to commend you for doing that. I really stand in awe of you all. You know, in the 40 years I've been doing this work, you know, people often say to me, well, you haven't been doing this for 40 years. Yes, I have. I've been doing this work for 40 years. And one of the things that I'm always amazed about is, you know, how much going to college, the whole college-going onboarding process has evolved. I'd like to think that I played a small role in that evolution, because when I started school, many of the people that I started school with were first-generation college students. They didn't have anyone in their home or their family to help them to navigate college. And for those of you that haven't been to college before, you might find yourself in that position that there are going to be times when there may be some doubt that you experience, or some things that might prove to be very challenging about the process. And as a first-generation college student, when you really don't have that individual to talk to about what you might want to do in that situation, or how you might want to navigate that situation, it's even more difficult. So I believe that's really how I found my calling, because, you know, I'd figured a few things out by the time I had started, and I started working as a student assistant, and I was what's called a peer advisor, and so I was helping my peers to navigate that same experience that I had just gone through. And lo and behold, I discovered that I could do it as a job. There were people that were my supervisors, and they'd gone to college, and they'd majored in their respective majors. And so I then got on the pathway to prepare myself to work in the field of higher education. I can tell you that having received a scholarship was really instrumental in terms of my going to college. I was like I said, I didn't have a major. I was first generation. I think my parents probably would have been okay if I didn't go to college. So it wasn't like I had a great deal of motivation to get this done, but I had someone in my corner, a high school counselor, who really saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and just insisted that I fill out this scholarship application. And I'm like, why does he keep bugging me about this? I really didn't want to do it, but he just insisted that I do it. And after I went to a ceremony similar to the one that you're attending today, I said to myself, well, if somebody thought enough of me to give me a scholarship, the least I could do was to take that scholarship and really make an investment in myself with that. And I'd like to think that 40 years later that investment has truly paid off. I want to share with you that that's what mattered for me. I hope that one of the things that you'll do today before you leave, and I know that each of you will, is to thank the Larry H. Parker Incorporated group for awarding you the scholarship. It's really important that you, in getting the scholarship, take the scholarship and do the best that you possibly can so that they know that their investment in you is paying off. I think that many times what happens with us is that we don't think that people care about what happens to us. So the other thing I would encourage after they give you the scholarship, I would encourage you to contact those folks and keep them apprised of what you're doing and how you've used the scholarship to leverage yourselves in terms of your career goals and career pathways. I have been here in this community for about 2 years. I came to Los Angeles Southwest College at the request of the chancellor of the district who I'd worked with previously, and he asked if I would come to the college and help with some things that the college was challenged with. And in coming to this community, I had gone to school in Long Beach, so I was not new to this community. In coming to this community, I was really impressed with what I saw as the commitment to providing and contributing to a college-going community. And this opportunity at Southwest has allowed me to do that. As I get ready to retire, one of the things that I can say is that this experience is really like the crown and the jewel in my crown because of the work that I've been able to do while I've been here at the college and the community that I've come to know and love, who really is interested in saying, what can we do to advance the progress that our community can make through investing in people, whether it's community build or other kinds of programs like that. This area is really well known for having the kinds of organizations that do just that. So it's been really great for me. One thing I also will do is on many of the tables I have a brochure that I put there, and I want to talk about investment a little bit more. The investment that the state has made in our students in the state. All high school students, all first-time college students are now beneficiaries of 1 year free at any community college, which there are 114 in our state. So I put a brochure on your table so that you know that whether or not you want to send your child to a community college or you personally want to attend a community college, classes that you take there for the first time or the whole first year is going to be free. An investment that the state is making in its residents, an investment that the state is making in people who reside in the state because they contribute to our state's bottom line, to our economy, and ensuring that we are prosperous as a state, that our students are well educated and they can fill the jobs that our community needs in order for us to continue to prosper. So I did put that on there. Certainly Southwest College, I will say, is one of those colleges, and we would invite you to check us out if you think that's something that you want to take advantage of. But along with the theme of investment, I just wanted to underscore that this investment is really important. Without it, I don't know that we would have the opportunities that you have before you. So if you know of folks who can benefit from this, then please spread the word about the first year free at California community colleges. Students who are graduating from LAUSD schools also will have their second year paid for free. So this is a really great opportunity, and while many of you may not be going to community colleges, you may know classmates or family members or friends who may have the opportunity to get on the college-going pathway by starting at the community college and paying for the first 2 years if you happen to reside in the LAUSD confines, that you can get that paid for by the state and the city and county and the Los Angeles Community College District. So that's another way of investing. I just want to leave you with a few thoughts. How many of you are going to be starting college for the first time? All of you? Just about all of you, right? Very good. So I like to just share some things that work for me that may work for you. You know, certainly you have to have, hopefully, your wallets to put that big check that you're going to get today in. So that's going to be helpful, right, to have that available. But, you know, like I said, my journey did not begin with the presidency. But having done this for 40 years, I've learned a few things along the way. And hopefully some of the things that I'm going to share with you may be things that are helpful to you as you navigate and go out into that big world out there. I would encourage you to surround yourself with people who see and want the best in you. They will invest in you and steer you in the right direction. Work through your doubts, as this is when those who want and see the best in you can be very helpful. So reach out to people. If something is going on, many of the colleges, if not all of the colleges and universities that you're attending, have support services for you. Find out where those support services are and take advantage of them. Begin to trust your instincts. Once you do, you will see an outcome that you can live with, and you'll be able to trust yourself more. So, you know, like me as a person going in, you know, I had to learn how to trust my own instincts. I didn't have anyone in my background that could really steer me on the pathway. So once I began to trust myself, I found that I made better decisions. Stay woke. There's a lot going on out there in the world, so while you're going to be busy studying and doing what you have to do, there's a lot going on out there. Make sure you do your homework and your research. There may be shortcuts out there, but most great things are achieved through hard work. So please, in this digital age, be able to separate the real from the fake. That's a skill set that you will be able to use throughout your whole life. Help someone else. Find out what is worth nurturing in others. You may never know what extending a hand may mean to others. I can give you stories, but we don't have time. But I can tell you that extending a hand for me has really made my career and made my work a labor of love and not just a job. Leave things better than when you found them. This includes people, places, and things. I try to ask myself, what value did I add, and is the situation better than when I entered it? You are enough. Your enough can get better, but don't make the mistake of not being authentically you. I struggled with this sometimes when I was in school because I often thought, you know, why is this happening to me? Should I be here? Should I be receiving the things that are coming my way? You know, that doubt sometimes can creep in. But know that you're enough. Know that people have already made an investment in you, and they'll continue investing in you as long as you know that you're enough. Finally, you know, it's to me, and I had to get to the point of writing a doctoral dissertation thinking I was going to discover the next great thing in terms of how to help more students to be successful in college. And one of the things that kept coming up, it wasn't rocket science. It was surround yourself with people who care about you. You know, if you give love to people, you're going to get love back. And so at the end of the day, while I didn't have a great theory that I espoused, I knew that that's what I had been practicing with my students and my work on a daily basis. I really cared about the work that I was doing, and so I tried to do the best that I could each and every day that I set foot on whatever college campus that I worked at. So, you know, it kind of sounds cliche-ish, you know, to say, you know, seek love, be loving, you know, but finally I can tell you that, you know, at the end of the day, that's really what matters most. As you make this transition, I hope you all have the best that the world has in store for you. You are each unique and capable of doing great things. I often have a quote that I end my talks with or my speeches with, and I say to people, there's a great civil rights heroine by the name of Fannie Lou Hamer. She was a sharecropper, you know, didn't have a lot of education, but she ended up working her way through a lot of just adversarial kinds of situations to get to the point where she addressed the Democratic National Convention as a delegate from the state, her state of Alabama. And one of the things that she always talked about is that there are two things that we should always remember. Never forget where you came from, and always remember the bridges that carried you over. Most bridges are two-way, so that means that, you know, you're going to have to go back across that bridge at some point, you know, maybe bring some people along the way, and also to keep moving, to keep progressing, to keep trying to be the best that you can be. So I know that each one of you is going to go out and do very great things. I'm so pleased to have had an opportunity to share a few of my thoughts with you today. And I also learned that the worst thing that a person could do is to stand between you and lunch. So I'm going to close my remarks and say that, again, I just wish you all the best, and I know that, that great things are going to be in your future. So thank you so much.
One more thing is standing in the way to lunch, and that's the scholarships themselves. Thank you very much, Doctor, for your very wise and instructive words. One thing struck me as she was talking on a personal note is I'm an attorney, obviously been one for a long time. I went to El Camino College, okay, and too long ago for you to remember. But you know, if you do go to a community college, it is a great stepping stone if you want to make it work. Okay, don't be surprised that after we finish this commercial that people will come up to you and, I know you from someplace, because it will happen, believe me, okay? All right, at this point I think we're going to hand out the scholarships, okay, and then we'll get some food, all right? This is Mary Bascaron, who is our internet marketing director, digital marketing director, whatever you guys call these people nowadays, you know. And her and Jose Perez back there have done a great job putting this together for our firm, and we appreciate that. So I will turn this over to her to announce. One thing I do want to say, you know, the essay, I think, was to the effect of, what is your version of a Larry H. Parker commercial, or what is your idea? I got to tell you, I looked at him. I'm impressed. I got to tell you, I mean, some were better than others, but you guys did a great job, and that's why you're here. But, you know, it's amazing that somebody else has an idea who is separate from our firm to let us know what those ideas are. And, you know, some of them were a little longer than the 30 seconds we have to do these things, but they were great ideas, and they were very brilliant. And I got to admit, I give you guys all credit. I just want to thank you all for that, because we may use those, believe me. All right? Okay.
Elaine Flores. Alexa Aguilar. Brianna Black. Christian Boyd. Christopher Rojas. Devon Rickett. Donald Orderica. Emily Becerra. Ignacio Vera. Israel Morales. Jennifer Barajas. And I gotta say a special word about Jordan. Jordan actually did a video, and it was very creative, and we were really impressed. She got first place. So Jordan, brave boy. Malcolm Wilson. The next person was our third place winner. It's Manuel Morales. Ricardo Aiden. Ruby Martinez. Ryan Amel. Sadie Bolton. Sarah Rodriguez. Sean Galvez. Summer Lance. And Vanessa Sanchez. Do you want me to announce the next part? Thank you guys so much.
You can give them a check.